In this video, I'm going to explain why Parkway Life REIT's latest move in Japan is a big deal for investors and what it means for the future of healthcare real estate. You'll learn about the aging population trend in Japan, how it's creating investment opportunities, and why this could be a game changer for your portfolio. So, let's dive in. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Iggy, your friendly neighborhood investing iguana. For those of you who are new here, I've been covering topics like stocks, finance, CPF, and basically everything related to growing your wealth. The Investing Iguana is featured and ranked 8th in the 2023 Influential Tigers by Tiger Brokers with over 800,000 reads. I've also covered over 500 videos and over 250,000 watch hours as of September 2024. I occasionally focus on topics related to regional or world economy, and today's video is a perfect example of that. Now, let's talk about the big news that's got the investment world buzzing. Parkway Life REIT has just made a major move in Japan, and I think it's something every savvy investor needs to know about. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's break this down together. As a disclaimer, I mentioned about Parkway Life REIT in April this year, and I also invested in this REIT. To date, I've gotten more than 20% return, as you can see from the screenshot here. First things first, what exactly did Parkway Life REIT do? They've just acquired 3 nursing homes in Japan for a cool 4.54 billion yen. That's about 41.4 million Singapore dollars. Now, I know what you're thinking. Iggy, why should I care about some nursing homes on the other side of the sea? Well, my friend, this is where it gets really interesting. These aren't just any old properties. Parkway Life REIT managed to snag these nursing homes at a 7.5% discount compared to their appraised value. In the world of real estate, that's like finding a Rolex at a flea market price. It's a deal that's got investors and analysts sitting up and taking notice. But here's the real kicker. This acquisition brings Parkway Life REIT's total number of properties in Japan to a whopping 55. That's right, 55. They're not just dipping their toes in the Japanese market, they're diving in head first. And there's a very good reason for that. Japan is facing a demographic challenge that's unprecedented in modern history. According to the latest statistics, 28.7% of Japan's population is 65 or older. That's more than 1 in 4 people, and it's not stopping there. By 2036, it's estimated that 1 in 3 Japanese will be 65 or older. This aging population trend is creating a massive demand for healthcare facilities, especially nursing homes. Let's put this into perspective. In 2020, there were about 35 million people aged 65 or older in Japan. By 2040, this number is expected to reach 39 million. That's an increase of 4 million people who will potentially need specialized care and housing. It's a demographic tsunami, and Parkway Life REIT is positioning itself to ride that wave. Now you might be wondering, Iggy, this all sounds great for Japan, but what does it mean for investors? Well, my friend, this is where it gets exciting. Parkway Life REIT has announced that this deal is expected to be DPU accretive. For those of you who aren't familiar with the term, DPU stands for distribution per unit. It's essentially how much money unit holders get paid for each unit they own. When a deal is DPU accretive, it means it's expected to increase the DPU. In other words, investors could potentially see higher returns. It's like your money is working overtime for you without you having to put in any extra hours. But don't just take my word for it. OCBC Investment Research, one of the big players in the financial analysis game, is pretty excited about this move. They've reiterated their buy rating for Parkway Life REIT and set a target price of 4.54 Singapore dollars per share. That's a strong vote of confidence from a respected financial institution. Now, I want to take a moment to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Why is Parkway Life REIT making these moves in Japan? It's all part of their strategy to grow and strengthen their position in the healthcare real estate market. By focusing on healthcare properties, especially in a country with an aging population like Japan, they're setting themselves up for potential long-term growth. Think about it this way. As the population ages, the demand for healthcare facilities is likely to increase. It's simple supply and demand. By owning these properties, Parkway Life REIT can potentially benefit from this trend. They're not just buying buildings. They're investing in a demographic shift that's going to play out over decades. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Japan isn't the only country facing an aging population. Many developed countries, including Singapore, are dealing with similar demographic challenges. By gaining experience and expertise in the Japanese market, Parkway Life REIT could be positioning itself as a leader in healthcare real estate across Asia. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Iggy, this all sounds great, but what about the risks? And you're absolutely right to ask that question. No investment is without risk, and it's crucial to consider the potential downsides. The healthcare sector can be affected by changes in government policies, economic conditions, and even unexpected events like pandemics. In Japan specifically, there are concerns about the country's high level of public debt and how it might affect healthcare spending in the future. There's also the risk of oversupply if too many companies rush to build nursing homes and healthcare facilities. But here's the thing. Parkway Life REIT isn't putting all its eggs in one basket. They're diversifying their portfolio across different properties and even different countries. This strategy can help to manage risk and potentially provide more stable returns over time. So, what does all this mean for you as an investor? Well, if you're already invested in Parkway Life REIT, this could potentially mean good news for your returns. If you're considering investing in REITs, this is a great example of how these trusts can grow and potentially provide returns by identifying and capitalizing on long-term trends. But even if you're not interested in investing in Parkway Life REIT specifically, there are still valuable lessons here. This move shows the importance of looking for opportunities in growing sectors, the value of strategic expansion, and the potential benefits of investing in markets with favorable demographic trends. So, what does all this mean for you as an investor? Well, if you're already invested in Parkway Life REIT, this could potentially mean good news for your returns. If you're considering investing in REITs, this is a great example of how these trusts can grow and potentially provide returns by identifying and capitalizing on long-term trends. But even if you're not interested in investing in Parkway Life REIT specifically, there are still valuable lessons here. This move shows the importance of looking for opportunities in growing sectors, the value of strategic expansion, and the potential benefits of investing in markets with favorable demographic trends. It's also a reminder of the power of thinking long-term. The demographic shift happening in Japan isn't going to play out overnight. It's a trend that will unfold over decades. By positioning themselves now, Parkway Life REIT is playing the long game. And that's a strategy that often pays off in the world of investing. As we wrap up, let's recap the key points. Parkway Life REIT has bought 3 nursing homes in Japan for about 41.4 million Singapore dollars, bringing their total number of properties in Japan to 55. The deal is expected to increase returns for unit holders, and analysts are viewing it positively. This move is part of Parkway Life REIT's strategy to grow in the Japanese healthcare sector, taking advantage of the country's aging population. It's a great example of how REITs can seek out opportunities for growth and potentially provide returns for investors. Remember, investing is all about looking ahead and trying to spot opportunities. Parkway Life REIT seems to be doing just that with this move in Japan. As always, it's important to do your own research and consider your personal financial goals before making any investment decisions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and ensures you don't miss any future videos on investing and wealth building strategies. And if you're hungry for more knowledge about REITs and how they can fit into your investment strategy, you're going to love my next video. I'll be diving deep into how REITs work, why they can be a great addition to your investment portfolio, and how to evaluate them. Click on the video appearing on your screen now to continue your investing education. Until next time, this is Iggy, your Investing Iguana, reminding you to stay curious, stay informed, and keep growing your wealth.